Welcome back to the Boondocks Homestead. I'm glad you guys are back. And this morning, we're gonna make some vegetable pizza. This is so good. It's not pizza you put in the oven. This is like a cold, you keep it cold. And when you find out what's in here, I think you're really gonna like it, and you really should try this. All right, we're gonna start out with 4 cups of all-purpose flour, okay? And in that, we're gonna put a 1/3 cup of sugar. Now I have all this pre-measured, so it wouldn't take so long. And we're gonna put 4 teaspoons of yeast. I just use instant yeast. And 2 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, and now, here's for the big ingredients. It is 2 1/2 sticks of butter, okay? And I've got them cut up, and we're just gonna put this in here. We're gonna cut this into our flour mixture, okay? I've just got one of these. You can use a fork, whatever you got to do this. And we're just gonna cut this into the flour. You're gonna have, when you get done, you should have little bitty bits, butter bits in your flour. Okay. You don't have to go to extremes here and get this all really small. You can if you want, but you don't want it to be real big. And I'll just use my fingers too, some in this, because that'll get those smaller, those little butters. And you want to use, the key to this too, don't use soft butter. That's not going to work for you. You need to use very cold butter. Not frozen, but cold. Now we're going to do a cup of milk on top of this, okay? Give or take a little. You're going to watch it as you put it in there. Okay, 1 cup of milk. Now we're gonna make a dough out of this. You may have to use a little more, a little less, but you'll put just a little in at a time. Stir it around. I reckon it'll take the better part of this cup, but we'll stop here in a minute and see what we got. See, everyone's flour is different, so you can't really go by the liquid measurement. You just got to be able to add some more if you need it. And we're going to need it. We may need more than that, because it feels pretty dry. And see, this is mine. Yours may not take as much. I'm going to put another 1/4 of a cup in there. I reckon probably need all that because it feels pretty dry. Okay. See, and I still got stuff in the bottom. I think that's going to be about good. Now that was for me. You may not need a whole cup, or you may need a little more than what I did. It just depends on your flour. It's crazy how that works, but that is it. Okay, I think this will probably be I don't know if I'm gonna need, yeah, it may take this whole thing, I don't know. Let me grab some more flour to put this on my, roll this out on my counter. Hold on a minute. Where did my towel go? All right. Some flour over there. You know what? I'm not going to do this. Hold on. Change your plans, kids. Change your plans. I'm going to put this on here and roll it out. And this is going to fit on my cookie sheet. Okay, I think that'd be a lot better. And I think I'm just going to do half of this dough. But we are going to put some of this on here. Okay. Okay. Put a little of that on there. Put a little of this on my pan. room going here. Yeah, I think this is only going to take half of this. Actually, I got to fold this so it wouldn't have mattered. Let's just put it on here. It won't matter yet because I've got to fold this. Change of plans again, kids. Oh, goodness. Well, you know, you do what you got to do. And I'll show you why here in a minute. We're going to make this a little bit thin here. Now, you know, when you do croissants, you've always got those layers, right? You got all those layers in there. See all that butter? Let me get you down here a little further. Okay, so after we get it rolled out, we're gonna do these in thirds. Okay, that's what's gonna make your layers. I really like croissants just to eat, but I like to cook with them too. Let me get me some more flour. You will need plenty of flour, guys, for this, because that's why I make it a little bit wet, because you're going to be adding more flour to it. You know what I'm saying? Then we're going to roll it out again. I'm going to try to stick with this like rectangular shape, because that's how it's going to be in my pan. Now, if you're wondering, well, Chris, you're just making pizza crust out of this. Why do you got to have all those layers and all that stuff? Well, just because it makes it better, makes it fluffier, makes it better. Okay. I'm going to do it one more time. All right, now, put this on here, put this right there in the center. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. Now we're gonna roll this out. I can feel the air in it, which is a good thing. I'm making it, if you notice, I'm making it a little bit bigger than the paper because it's gonna draw up a little bit when I put it in there. Okay, let's go over here a little bit. All right. Okay, now we're going to take our cookie sheet. Now I just do just a regular size cookie sheet. I'm going to pull that up like that. Put it right down there like that. Okay. Now, this has got to sit until it about doubles in size. Okay, we got our yeast in there. And we're just going to wait for it to double. I'm going to put a towel over it. Push that down on the sides a little bit. Okay. All right. So after this doubles, I'll bring you back. I'm gonna put it in a warm spot and I'm gonna let it double in size. When it doubles, I'll bring you back and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Don't go nowhere. right, guys, I'm back, and I had to go out and I had to feed the animals, feed the hogs, turn the dogs loose in the field, go pick some more purple whole peas, and now I'm back over here. So I'm gonna go ahead. My crust is ready, actually, but I didn't preheat my oven because I've been busy, so I'm doing that right now. And I think my crust will just hang out for a minute, but here it is. You can tell I think it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine just sitting here for a little bit until that. I've got it on the convection oven, so it takes a little longer to heat up for some reason. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make the sauce for the bottom underneath all the other stuff, okay? This is what we're gonna put right on top of our cooled crust. So I'm gonna put you down here where you can see. All right, so you're gonna start out with 2 softened cream cheese. You wanna get those, let them sit out on the counter and let them get kind of soft. And then I just take a hand mixer. And it might get a little messy. My bowl's too small, but you know what, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. And then I'm gonna put in a 3/4 cup of, now I'm using like salad dressing, like Miracle Whip or an off-brand salad dressing, something to that effect. No, I wouldn't use mayonnaise for this particular recipe. I would use that, okay? And then I use this, the Hidden Valley seasoning, not the dip, okay? Not the dip. You're gonna use the seasoning. I'm getting this all over my hands. Okay. And then I just put that in there like that. And I'm gonna mix it. I'm gonna try to mix this up without making a mess. All right. Okay. Okay. Now, since I've made a huge mess, all right, I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator while my oven's preheating, and I'm getting ready to put that in there and bake that. Then we have to let it cool. But when we get ready to put that in, I'll come back to you for a minute, okay? So I'll go ahead and put this in the fridge. So don't go nowhere. We're almost there. We're almost there. All right, we're all ready. Now, I've got this preheated at 375. This is gonna cook or bake for about 10 to 20 minutes. It depends on your stove or your oven. So convection oven cooks a little quicker, but we'll see. I'll let you know how long it was in there. It's all puffy and pretty. So I'm gonna put it on in there, and then I'll bring you back when it's done. Okay, it's done. I'll tell you what I did. I didn't roll it out flat enough in the center, so it's kind of got a hump in it, but it's not gonna matter at all. So it took mine about, well, it's almost done now. I did 10 minutes, and then I did another 5, almost 5. And you just want it kind of a golden brown, your crust, okay? So I'm gonna set it up here on this cookie rack. I'm gonna let it cool. It's gonna take a little while, and I'll be right back. I gotta go make some phone calls and do some other stuff while that's going. And then I'll be back, and I'll show you how we're gonna top it, and you're gonna love, love, love it, I think. All right, don't go nowhere. All right, it is all cooled off. And where it was puffed up in the center, after it cooled, it went down. So if it puffs up on you in the oven, don't worry about it. It'll go back down. All right. So we're gonna assemble this now. This is the fastest part of the whole process, and it's the funnest part, I guess. So here is gonna be like our sauce, like you would have on a pizza, okay? And then I have some red onion. Now this is what I have. This is what I had in the refrigerator in the garden. And you can it's endless what you could put on this. It's just whatever you like, okay? So I have some tomatoes out of the garden, some green bell peppers out of the garden, some red onions from the store, some mushrooms out of a can, and my tomatoes. So then I have my broccoli and my cauliflower. You guys, this is my favorite part of this whole pizza is the broccoli and the cauliflower, and it goes with that dressing. It is so good. It's just so good. So let's do this. All right, we're gonna put the dressing on. And depending on how much you want, okay, is how much you put on here. I like a lot of this. I just love the taste of this. So that's why I always put 2 cream cheese. If you didn't want to make one this big, y'all, just cut your recipe in half, okay? See, that's gonna go on 1/2 of it. Then we're gonna put this on the other half. I'm not kidding. I could eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not joking. I just like it that much. Okay, so there. It's like ice in a cake. All right. Now. I'm gonna put on the broccoli and the cauliflower. You can cut it up to that's too big. But you can cut it up whatever size you guys want. If you want broccoli and cauliflower, you may not want it. Try it, so put something else on it. But this is my favorite. Favorite. Whoop, I just dropped a piece, y'all. That's too big, but we're gonna use it anyway. We'll just cut him up. Won't that look good? Ugh. And as you go along and you're doing this, press it, kind of press it in, okay? Not real hard, but press it in there kind of firmly. I just kind of like try to get all the holes covered. That's pretty good. Okay. And what's left out of there, I'll just put in a salad. Then I'm gonna put I like purple onions. You wanna know why? Because the color. I like the color. Actually, I like onions, but they do not like me. They are not friendly to me, but I still like them. And I still use them in dishes and stuff because they're just so pretty. Okay. I'll put a few more. Let's see. Okay, I think that's good. Then I'm going to put some mushrooms. And you don't have to put these. You do not have to put these. I'm not going to put a whole lot. And I'll save what I got left for some of our sandwiches or something that I grill on the Blackstone. Okay. And then I'm going to put some green bell peppers out of the garden. They weren't real big, but hey, they'll work. That's got some seed on it still. It's okay. All right. I used all of it. I like green bell pepper too. Now, the tomatoes. This is such a pretty, pretty dish, I guess you'd call it. You could call it a salad. I mean, it's called a pizza, but you know, you don't cook this or anything. And it's like a salad on a croissant or something. I don't even know. It's better than that. I don't even know. Y'all gotta try it. And let me know how you like it. I'm gonna use all these tomatoes because I like tomatoes. Okay, let me dry my hands off. Now, the topping. You gotta have cheese. You just gotta have some. Isn't that pretty? Now you don't know. Go out in your garden if you got one. If you don't, run to the store, grab you some of this stuff and make you one of these. You will not regret it if you like vegetables and you like croissants. Okay, I'm just gonna give that another push in there. Like that. Now, you can let this cool, or you can let it cool, it is cool. You can put this in the fridge and let it get colder, or you can cut right into it, which is what we're gonna do. And this is gonna be my lunch. I gotta go cut my granddaughter's hair. Okay, hold on, I got a little spot in that I want out of there. I gotta go cut my granddaughter's hair and do a few more things. Okay, I think I got it cut. Let's see. Now remember, your parchment paper is still under there, which you could have took that off. I could have. But I'm gonna just go right over top of it. All right. All right. I've got it on the plate, and we're gonna try this. We're gonna cut into this. Can you see the croissant? And it's so flaky. Oh, it's so good, you guys. You have to try this. This is probably my favorite summertime food. It's so good, you guys. Okay, here you go. Vegetable pizza. It is so good. You have to try it. You have to. I promise you're gonna love it. So I'm gonna eat the rest of mine. I'm gonna get off here. I have so much to do. I'm gonna cover this up. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator, and the colder it gets, the better it gets. Okay, so I'll get off here. Y'all have a blessed day, blessed week, and Lord willing, I will catch you on the next one. Bye.